How do you align your energy with the things that you want to manifest? And what does it mean to be aligned with things so that you can attract them into your life? In this episode, I'm going to share some insights about alignment and how you can align your energy with the things that you desire to attract into your life. Welcome to the Soul Alignment Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Angie, and I'm inviting you to explore the depths of self-sabotage, limiting mindsets, and the beliefs that hinder our progress in life. Through intuitive messages I receive from my spirit team, I share profound insights to help you live authentically and break free from these limitations. Join me now as we uncover all the keys to living your best life. Welcome back. My name is Angie, and I'm your Soul Alignment Mentor, bringing you intuitive messages to help you align with your most authentic and highest self. So today I want to talk to you about alignment. And if you even see the title of my business or what I call myself the Soul Alignment Mentor. And so what exactly does soul alignment mean, and how do we achieve a soul alignment? So a soul alignment basically is aligning your energy, your mind, belief, the truth about who you are with your original, true, authentic self. And when I say original, true, authentic self, I'm talking about your actual soul, the soul of who you are, the eternal part of you that will live forever. And when you are in connection with that part of who you are, you can begin to see your life transform, and you can live in alignment with the guidance of that part of who you are. We all have the ability to align with our soul and have our soul guide and lead us throughout this life. Our soul came to earth with a desire and a mission to learn something and to achieve something while we're here. And that lesson and achievement is always an attempt to come closer to self and to learn how to love self and how to be more authentically yourself. A lot of people want to talk about, what is my purpose in this life? What is my mission? Why am I here on earth? The main reason every single person is on earth is to learn how to love first themselves and then to spread that love outward. Now, the way that we each spread that love outward could be what we call our purpose and our mission, because we might be called to do it in a different way. And this is why we have healers. This is why we have artists. This is why we have musicians. This is why we have chefs. This is why we have so many diverse avenues to actually pursue your passions and share your passions with the world. And when people are living in their alignment and the passion of who they are, then things begin to move and flow together and not against each other. A lot of people feel uncomfortable in their life because they're trying to force themselves into something that is not aligned with who they really are. And this is how we've been taught to be. This is how we've been programmed to try to align with the things around us and to the teachings that we've been told to be about the identity that we are holding in our understanding of ourselves. And so when we start to pull down that identity of who we've been taught to believe and what we've been taught to believe about ourselves, and we uncover our true authentic self, we get to know our soul. We get to know ourselves on a level that is much higher than a 3D frequency. We can begin to see ourselves in a new way. But how does this help you to manifest things? When you are in alignment with your soul, when you understand that you are a soul living a human life and that your human body is an avatar, that you're maneuvering in a 3D energy, in a 3D world, you begin to understand that your soul is what has the value. And then everything else around you and the values that we see around us are not necessarily the things that have value. We are the ones that give value to things around us. So I want you to think about the things that you have around you and how they began to manifest. At one point, in one time in history, everything you have in your possession was an idea. It was a thought. Every single thing started with a thought. That thought then manifested into material. Then that material became value. And that value was based on what someone thought that thing should be valued at. And so everything around you has a value that is based on thought. So when you pull back that thought and that energy that you believe that of something having value outside of yourself, and you start to look at yourself as the one that has value, you begin to understand that you're the one that places value on things outside of yourself. One of the examples that my spirit guides have been giving me for several years about money in particular is the value of money is based on your value and what you put into it. If you think about the energy of money and the way money has manifested into this 3D world, money is paper. Money is a coin. Money is something that we can hold and possess. Money is even an energy, something that we can hold in a bank and look at an amount and believe that that amount is that worth. But I want you to think about it differently. I want you to imagine that somebody drops a $20 bill and they're unaware that they dropped this $20 bill. This $20 bill begins to fly through the air. The wind picks it up, it takes it down the road. Before it knows, it's in a creek somewhere, or maybe it lands in a river. Then it gets caught underneath mud and rocks, and it's disappeared from anyone's understanding of its existence. And that money is now just simply a piece of paper that has found its way to under this rock or in this dirt. That money's value has decreased because it is not in the possession of a human. When a human goes to find that $20 bill, that human picks it up and that human gives the value to it. So value doesn't come based on the actual item. The value comes from the perception that we put on that item. And so when we're looking for things outside of ourselves, when we're looking at these desires that we want to have, the very first step that you have to take is you have to see that you are the value. When you allow yourself to see what is the most valuable possession to yourself, and you see yourself as worthy, everything else around you, that value will only have a meaning because you've given it that meaning. If you're wanting to attract something outside of yourself, you have to see yourself as worthy and valuable to have it. If you're wanting to see yourself as worthy of having something, you have to change that thought within yourself. The energy of the universe is always working with the energy of who we are. So if you believe that you have value, the universe is going to match that with the values of things outside of it. And you will be giving those things value based on the value that you have. Take a minute and think again about your things and the things that you possess in your home. Whether that is just your home in general, or your vehicle, or maybe simple things that you might have in your home, from the remote to your TV, or the couch, or your bed. It doesn't matter what it is. Just think about that. At one point when you purchased that, it had a value at a certain price. Now that it's been in your possession for a while, that value has gone down. That item has not changed. That item has not transformed into a different item. It's your perception of that item that has caused the value to go down because of the age of it, or because you no longer need it anymore, or maybe you've moved on and got another one of those things. And so that new thing has more value than the old one. But the reality of it is that item, that thing, the value of it was always the same. It was a perception and idea of the value that you placed on it at the time that you desired to have it in your life. So instead of seeing yourself chasing after things in your life to bring value to you, to make you feel worthy, to make you feel like you might fit into society, or you might have nice things, or you might possess good and honorable things according to what the world says. Change your perspective and see yourself as the value. And those things are just coming into your existence as added items that you can have to increase the enjoyment of your own value. And the more that you see yourself as valuable, the more you can attract things outside of yourself, because you're not in a lack mentality. You're not in a need mentality. You're not thinking, I need this because this is going to give me something or it's going to allow me to feel a certain way. Your value does not change. Your value is always the same, just as that item's value never changed. There was nothing that happened to it. Maybe it just rusted. Maybe it got old, but it's still an item. It's still an object. And it was the object that it is now when you first got it. So when you see yourself as a valued, highly divine being, you can change your perspective of the world around you and attract the things that you desire, because you see that I am the value. And this thing is attracted to me because I have value. And it's not is what is coming to me that gives me the value and the truth and the alignment in my life. It is me that does that. And so you begin to see yourself as worthy and beautiful and loving and authentic. Now, the universe wants us to be careful when we start to do this, because of course we can become egotistic. That is why it has to happen out of soul alignment. When you are connected to your true, most authentic self, your highest self, your soul self, you do things out of love. And you start to follow the passions that you desire out of love and not out of greed. I was just talking to a client this morning about this actually, and I'm being reminded of the conversation by my guides. One of the things that we were talking about, and I used examples of my own life, was how we impulsively buy things because we see something and we think, wow, I like that. That looks really good on that person. For me, for example, it would be clothing. I might see someone wearing a certain piece of clothing and I think it looks really good on them and I really like that. And I think, ooh, I would like to have that in my life. And then I impulsively go to purchase it. And that item was never truly who I really was. I never was someone that would wear that. I only desired that because I saw it on somebody else. And so this is where we get out of alignment with our true authentic self. When you start going after things because you see somebody else possess them and have them, and you think that will maybe make me feel that way. Maybe I'll feel like I look that pretty or that good, whatever it might be. And you get confused because you're trying to align with something outside of yourself and not aligning with your true self. What you need to do is take a step back and think, is this truly make me happy? Does it bring me joy? Is this something that I know in a month I'm going to be super excited to still have because I am the one that's giving it value? I am the one that's going to make that thing worthy to be in my possession. That thing is not coming into my life to make me feel better. I am bringing that into my life because I already feel good and I want it to enhance my joy. So think about those things before you engage in things. And this will help you to balance out your ability to put things out into the world and bring things back in. Sometimes we're putting way too much out in the world and we're not allowing new things to come in. Sometimes we're allowing too many new things to come in and not enough things to go out. So we have to find a balance with the universe where we're working together. But that all starts with the soul alignment and you seeing your own divine worth and loving yourself fully and authentically. If this is something that you struggle with and you would like to learn how to do that, I offer a 7-week program where I teach people how to truly align with their highest self and how to release all the ideas that you've brought in throughout your life that have kept you from knowing that part of who you are. My goal in this world, in this lifetime, is for me to teach you to see yourself the way that I see you, because I see you in your highest self. I see you as valuable and worthy. And I believe that every single person can have a life they desire. We just have to align with that. I hope this was helpful for you. I would love if you would leave a comment, subscribe, share the video so that we can help even more people align with their soul and attract the lives they desire. Until we meet again, I wish you the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is. I send you all the universal love. Namaste.